The spoken word who were prepared by Brother Celestino and Mrs. Herrera, Darby Herrera, will be rendering their item from camp. And so please give them your undivided attention. And after that, the musicians will prepare our heart for worship.
Israel, I will make you my wife. I will be true and faithful. I will show you constant love and mercy and make you mine forever. I will keep my promise and make you mine, and you will acknowledge me as Lord.
I'm trying to remember why I was created, or at least that's what I'd like you to think, because amnesia sounds a whole lot better than just plain ignorance. Well, even ignorance is defined as having a lack of knowledge. See, I'm faking it, pretending like I don't know when actually I do. I felt less than what my designer thought was best, so I suppressed who he supernaturally intended me to be. No lie. I got relaxed. So I combined by weaving a little bit of his will with a whole lot of mine. So how do I look? Because I think I look good. And yes, I know it's not his original design, but I still have time to fix any minor things I may lack. It's not like he's coming back tomorrow. Seriously, how long have you heard "These are the last days"? It's the same old song. And yes, I know I'm not perfect. I've had so many falls I couldn't count, thousands of feet. Instead of responding to his call, I rather schedule him Viagra. Whatever is wrong, I know he can heal, but I want the cattle on 1,000 hills with the ability to take the wheel, grasp will like Jacob to Esau's heel. His love is based on how I feel. He loves me not, like pulling petals of a flower. Yes, he's coming back, but no man knows the day or the hour. Where have you been? I've been at the altar, waiting for you.
To repent? Have you?
Lost weight? Yes, I wanted to look good for you, so I haven't been eating my daily bread.
Bread of heaven is who I am. I give you loaves of my word, but it's scary. You prefer to get me through the crumbs of commentaries. You needed?
I needed a makeover. No one was attracted to me, so I dressed up the gospel, stayed silent, seeing sin-saturated sanctuary, shadowing smoky eyes, because you know you are love.
No, I am your cover, girl. I make up for all your lapses and deficiencies. I am your very foundation. See how I blended you perfectly? No need for concealable. I am the revealer of all. Don't you remember when I tore off your veil?
So you're saying you don't like my lashes? You don't like my nails?
No, you don't understand. I took nails for your nails. I took lashes for your lashes. If I'm not gaining your heart, I'm just wasting time. Because more than I want you to be outwardly beautiful, I want you to be mine.
Okay, so we're here now, so let's get on with the ceremony.
Knowing that there will be no one in attendance, you failed to extend the invitation. You were too excited about the reception and the gifts that you forgot my presence.
Dollar dances, I take quarters, nickels.
The world can keep their dimes. Silver coins don't impress me. Don't forget what happened to Judas.
You just fail to see that I've changed. I admit I grew distant and I lost sight of you, the absolute value. Missing the signs to know what times with ignorance I co-sign, unable to stay away from tangent. I thought I had the right angle.
Look, I know your heart has been broken. But if you just keep your eyes fixed on me, I'm sure I can fix us. We'll no longer be fractions being dominated by denominations.
Yet I choose to stay divine like Palestinian nations.
Yes, your falls have been flagrant. But I am positive that I am the one for you. But we'll continue to equal nothing if you keep being the negative one in this equation.
Can you sense my frustration? You are holy, so I have to impose what is legalistic, making a peace for what you already equated, obsessed with overruling, objection, purposely plucking purpose.
Practicing pride, prophesying prosperity, persecuting people persistently. Ever since you became judge, you took away my saint's defense. You silenced my witness so no one's ever convicted. Yet so many of my children have turned away from life because you gave them the death penalty sentence.
Not all of them, which reminds me about the entrance. In the Lamb's Book of Life, some of names you may have skipped. So with attendants, I stamp their wrist so they may be able to get in. The VIP, we don't address their sins, neither do we offend. Bounds who don't trip on those who abundantly give. Besides, all the praying grandmothers had a +1 on their list.
Well, tell them they won't see me by visiting you routinely. Be the example that you want a relationship with me. You're far more than pulpits, pews, instruments. If you really want to see my church, just look in the mirror.
But you wanted me to be righteous, perfect, and eloquent. But it seems this land is desolate and in need of development. I exceeded your budget. So I withdrew from Tyra's bank, continuing to remodel, trying to stay culturally relevant. My girl Katrina called, and you know what she said? She said hurricanes and hard time came, but you did not make yourself evident. Where were you?
I told you, I'll never leave you or forsake you.
I hear you. I hear you. But I have needs.
But you promised that you would
Wait for you.
By the way, what happened to your ring?
My ring?
Did you forget about the ring? I pulled you out of darkness and into marvelous things. You were in you, not on you. It is my spirit, my sign to show you and your ex who you really belong to.
My ring I pawned for money to get back to who I thought I truly loved. He spoke to me with words so sweet. He waved and I felt the sureness of my wrong decisions. Next, I was convinced I didn't even need to repent of my sins. He told me that he could wash it with the tide that was coming in, and the weather was so nice on the Atlantic. But as I got to his car, the weather drastically changed. Yes, I contracted and Satan transmitted disease. He burned me at about 9,800 degrees. He was my earth, he was my world, but I'm sorry to tell you, there's more.
You think I wouldn't notice? Your symptoms and signs, and your inexplainable craving for sin of all kinds? You even had trouble sleeping.
Weeping may endure the night, but joy didn't come. Morning sickness, so now in my pain, my morning I witnessed me take a pill coincidentally located beside my box of alabaster, too shameful to bring forth, all a bastard.
Stirred lies of wicked men's tongues have deceived you, then automatically planted the seed of deceit in you. And when you were pregnant with falsehood, it became impossible to conceive the truth.
The truth set me free. A mind depraved, but I'm not sure you don't want me now. I'm not worth the price you paid.
They flogged me with whips and had my skin stripped. I was beat with their instruments rhythmically to have my skin bleed symphonies. I couldn't remember their hooks like a chorus. And those weren't just 66 letters, but musical scores, which contained every note to keep us on one accord. For you to always have the right keys to my heart's doors.
I just wanted a sample, but I embarked in my own tempo instead of following your instrumentation. I drowned out your heartbeat of timpani and strings of harmony. I ignored the woodwinds of your spirit. If your trumpet sounded, I wouldn't hear it, because I was too busy making tracks upon tracks of a cappella so I could hear myself sing.
Majoring in minor has left me scratched like broken records, causing my life to stutter. I'm a false instructor, pretending as if I'm watching the conductor. I'm too unlawful to be your wedded wife. I'll probably never recover.
My will was put to the test when I had to choose between escaping glory, escaping in glory, or having my flesh tormented upon. You were the reason I embraced that cross like a child whom was long lost. Mary, my own mother, couldn't even recognize the disfigured face of her son. Me is what I gave you on the Calvary when it was finished. I told you I loved you. How much? Well, I showed you. You call it crucifixion, but I call it a proposal. Will you marry me? You don't need a third party. You have direct access to me. And we never have to worry about our anniversary, for I have yet to find a calendar with a date for eternity.
I need your grace.
Grace and mercy is what I lavish upon You had a love recession, but I can supply the missing piece that your heart demands. And then some
Cry over spilt milk. I weep over spilt
blood, which cannot be measured in pints to count my love.
was contingent but instant.
I know.
I had to come to repentance.
Father, forgive them, for they know not what they've done.
I'll get myself together.
Please,
I'll get myself cleaned up.
please, allow me, for I am the only one that can make you clean. Without spot, without wrinkle, without blemish. Your bridesmaid's goodness and mercy shall follow you. It is already finished, for I have chosen you, even though I called out to many. I am coming back for you.
Let us rejoice and be glad. Let us praise his greatness, for the time has come for the wedding of the Lamb, and his bride has prepared herself for it. She has been given clean, shining linen to wear. The linen is the good deeds of God's people. Then the angel said to me, write this: happy are those who have been invited to the wedding feast of the Lamb. And the angel added, these are the true words of God.